Hi guys, just a quick video going over how I personally do slide skip. It's pretty basic, there's nothing special that I'm going to show you. There's no magic trick that will just make you amazing at it. It's basically just how I practiced it and then how I got consistent at it. So I didn't really change anything in regards to the realm except for coming up to the end of the slide skip itself. So what I done first of all to actually practice it was just get right up to the tub itself. So you want to get right up to the tub and just practice on so I didn't really watch, I don't know if there's any other guys, or I didn't really watch anyone else to see how they done it, but I would just mess around to see, how you actually get over the tub itself. And I basically came to the conclusion that around, you see these, there's like little breaks in between each section here. So like there's a little line going down the rail here. There's a little rail going down here. I figured that roughly the best part was just over halfway, so even halfway would probably be fine, or even just a bit closer to this section here. So you want to be around this part, and rather than pulling yourself straight up, you don't want to be pulling yourself straight up. You're not going to make it. You're just going to hit your head off of the realm, and you're not actually going to be able to reach it. So you want to be actually pulling yourself up like this, so you're not hitting yourself off the realm. So you're pulling yourself sideways and then pulling your hammer back up quickly again, like that there. So you're not hitting your head off the realm, and you can actually bring it up. So if you try and do it too far back, you're not going to really reach it. So if you try and do it from back here, you're still not going to be able to reach it. So it is just about getting the correct positioning of where you're starting your launch from. So you could even I did it from roughly the center there. You could even be a bit closer. Like say you can even be here. The only thing you have to watch out for is if you actually hit yourself off of this platform down here, the barricade at the bottom. You don't want to be hitting your cauldron off that there. So you want to be careful about how close you want to come. So roughly about here is fine. Just pull yourself up around and quickly pull your hammer around as well. If you get it perfectly, you can completely skip the tub altogether. But you kind of need a bit of momentum for that as well. You kind of need the speed to carry you across, so you might not be able to get that stationary. So just practice this first of all. Just get up around here and to actually practice doing the tub skip. And then once you've got good at that there, you pretty much just want to practice actually getting good at it then. So you can do it slowly. So there are some people that will just slowly bring yourself up to it and then go for the tub skip. That's completely fine if you're not really confident about going fast. But if you want, so now we're going to just get into actually doing it fast. So whenever you're doing it fast, you still want to slow down right at the end pretty much, but you can do the rest of it fast. So I'm just gonna do it from I'm just gonna do the entire thing down from here just because it's kind of what I'm used to. So you want to be coming up construction. See what I did there? I kind of took the first part fast and then slowed right down just before I was about to do the jump. So you can do the first part as fast as you want. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you slow down right before the ending. So just take the first part fast, and then it's not so much that I slowed down. The first section of this here, I was doing much smaller pulls, if you notice, and then right at least that time, there's a couple of different ways you can slow down. The first time I done it there, I actually gave myself a bit more height, so I went fast, and then I kind of went up a bit, and then did the launch land. So just find out whatever way works for you. Just as long as you're you can do the entire thing fast as well. It's going to be hard, just as long as you hit that key point where you actually make the launch from. So just take it as fast or as slow as you want. Try and build it up a bit faster, and eventually you'll be doing it pretty fast. So you're still going to mess it up, now and then, which actually isn't too bad. If you do mess it up, you can recover from it quite easily. You can either just do the tub skip again, or you can just fall down. So it just depends on what way you land. So even if you do, like, you know, end up heading into it, you can just stop here. That will kill your speed altogether. So if you're going too fast, and if you don't make it, then that just kills your speed completely, and then you can just do it, you know, nice and slowly, pretty simply. So you're not losing out on too much time doing that there. So it's definitely worth going for, I think. And even if if you mess it up once and you don't feel confident going for the second time, you can just end up dropping down here then. So I think it's definitely worth going for, especially because a lot of times, you know, unless you're actually perfect at doing slide skip, you're gonna spend some time actually getting through here anyway. A lot of people will, you know, take their time trying to actually get their hammer through there. So I definitely think that's the tub skip. Once you get used to the tub skip, it's definitely going to be a lot more effective, I think. So just get used to it, go as fast as you want, and then just make sure you're stopping right here before you launch, and then fire yourself up. So it doesn't matter how, like I said before, it doesn't matter how you do this first part at all. The rotation of the hammer doesn't, or what way you're swinging it, does not matter at all. It doesn't matter if you're doing big swings or small swings, just as long as you're slowing down right before you launch, so roughly around here, and then just launch yourself up. So I hope that does help anyway. If you guys want help with anything else, feel free to let me know. I might not be so good at giving advice at the second half of the map, but I do have some pretty good times in the first half of the map. So let me know, and I'll be sure to make another video. Thanks.